Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Factor 92.3 Nigeria Info and here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. It's 10 minutes gone past 3 p.m. and it's a lovely Thursday as well, the 6th day in the month of May 2021. Thank you very much for joining the conversation. And yes, it's not very often, but we do get some good news. We do get some good news from within the country every now and then. And I'm sure that a lot of parents, a lot of family members, well-wishers, loved ones, neighbors, colleagues at school, Nigerians, human beings the world over are extremely happy and delighted with the information that I imagine you may have got already, that students, abducted students, or at least one set, because right now we're dealing with two sets of abducted students, but one set from Kaduna State, of course, as well, have been released finally. And that's a great piece of news indeed. Very much excited, very delighted to hear that, as I feel certain you are as well. And here's hoping that the other students, I believe, of Greenfield University, here's hoping that they are going to get released very soon and reunited with their parents as well. Very much hopeful that will be the case. This is on the news earlier. President Muhammadu Buhari welcomed the release of the abducted students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization in Afaka, Kaduna State. In a statement issued on Wednesday by his spokesman, Garba Shehu, also called for the release of the kidnapped students of Greenfield University and other people still in captivity. The president thanked security agencies, officials of the Ministry of Environment, the government of Kaduna State and Nigerians for their prayers. So it is good news. It's comforting. I saw videos of them this morning, you know, and they looked in a terrible state. Some of them were limping. They looked disheveled. They looked dirty. They looked malnourished. They looked unhealthy, and that's just on the outside. I imagine that for some of them, what I saw on the outside may not even compare to what's going on the internet, to the trauma that they've had to live with for some weeks now, and how this might impact on their mental health even going forward. Terrible thing indeed. Yesterday I mentioned it started. There will be no rant on my show until these two sets of students are released, and I still maintain that. And I also said that I hope it was going to be sooner rather than later. Thankfully, the students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization have been released. The situation does remain the same, however, until the students of Greenfield University are released as well. So, as happened yesterday, in this hour, after today's side comments, we'll be looking at discussing updates on the situation with the abductions all the way till 4 p.m. Now, we've got the business news coming up, and after that, independence of state's judiciary and legislature still in doubt, still very much in doubt. No thanks to our excellencies, the governors. Well, here's a story, courtesy Rise TV. I came across that earlier on today, and I thought it might make for a decent conversation. Well, here's the headline. Nigeria, governors shift ground on financial autonomy for state legislatures and the judiciaries. Yep. Governors shift ground on financial autonomy for state legislatures and the judiciary. But what exactly does that mean? Does it mean autonomy for the state legislatures and judiciary? A bit of that story. Governors have shifted ground in their quest for an earnest resolution of the industrial crisis caused by the clamor for judicial and legislative workers for the implementation of financial autonomy for the two arms of government. Now, this day gathered on Wednesday that the governors had proposed to pay lawmakers a certain percentage of their statutory monthly entitlements towards funding the legislature. Now, a source said the governor's offer followed the refusal of speakers of houses of assembly of the 36 states of the federation to accept the 100 million naira monthly offer made by the governors for each state legislature. in rejecting the irreducible minimum payment of 100 million monthly to each of the legislatures in the states to fund their operations. The speakers had insisted on 250 million naira monthly. Now, it was also gathered that the governors had also rejected the demand of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, and the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, the gross allocation should be remitted to the two arms of government directly. The governor's hardline position was said to be responsible for the delay in the resolution of the strike embarked upon by judicial and parliamentary workers in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory to press for the implementation of financial autonomy for state judiciaries and legislatures. However, the governors agreed that the National Judicial Council will handle funds for states. Judicial Council should take care of the High Courts, while the state government will be responsible for funding the magistrates and customary courts. In a bid to resolve the issues and end the ongoing industrial dispute, the federal government has invited the leadership of JUSUN and PASAN to a negotiation today. So that's where we stand at the moment. That's where we stand. By the way, should the state legislatures and judiciary engage in this line of negotiations? Should they listen to the governors? Because it does appear that the governors are in. It doesn't matter what they say, because the governors, or some governors, will come out and say that they are giving them everything they're supposed to get. The answer is a big fat no. They're not giving them everything, and you're not supposed to give to them, by the way. That's the problem here. Even the language is faulty. You're not supposed to give to them. It's not yours to give to them. They are independent arms of government. They should get what statutorily should come to them, irrespective of what you feel like doing, giving or not giving. So anyways, we'll look at that in the 4 o'clock hour after the business news, taking us to 5. We've got the news updates coming up. And do we need a black Superman? Do we? Yeah. Well, black actor to star as Superman for the first time. You can find that story in the Punch newspaper. And for me, well, or for some persons, it might smack of political correctness. Yeah. Lots of things are going black these days. Things that have over time, over the years, possibly even from inception, been known to be white. And I'm not talking. I'm talking completely, entirely fictional creations that obviously the originators or creators of these fictional tales or beings envisioned white or Caucasian persons as the characters of their creation. But we have a case right now where some of these characters either have been, or it's been proposed that they've been made into black persons. Well, here's the story. A black actor will take the lead for the first time in the next Superman movie, which will also have a black director and scriptwriter in the crew. However, there has been no announcements concerning the black star actor and director that will feature in the movie. It's been reported. Although this is the first time a black actor will star in a Superman movie, it is not a new development in the comic world. And you might remember, even in the animation world also, there was that Superman movie, something into the multiverse or something like that, the animation. I think it was about 2 years ago or so, I think. It was a black kid that played, no, that was Spider-Man, pardon me. Oh, that was Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man, I think, into the multiverse or something like that. Oh, that was Spider-Man, all right. So anyways, but there was that also. Yeah, there was that, creating a black character of Spider-Man, whom, I mean, everybody who's known Spider-Man for as long as I can remember knows that Spider-Man was always white or Caucasian. So is this level of political correctness necessary? Do we need these Caucasian white fictional creations, superheroes or other fictional creations, to be turned into black persons? Or do we just create black superheroes or black fictional characters like Black Panther and Wakanda Forever? Do we just do that, or do we turn Superman into a black fellow? Do we turn Batman into a black fellow? Do we turn Spider-Man? Do we turn the Incredible Hulk? Do we turn the entire Justice League and the Avengers? Do we turn Iron Man into a black fellow? Tony Stark? Do we turn him into a black fellow? We'll look at that in the 5 o'clock hour after the news update. Headlines 5:30. Major news at 6 p.m. Open season comes up afterwards. So that's the show today. Let's get it going right now with some side comments, random stories, and random thoughts that I came across earlier today as I checked out the news. And once again, for the 1 billionth time, these random stories or thoughts of mine would not be discussed in this hour or during this period. Possibly during the open season segment, I'll take your thoughts on those issues. And River State government says it will construct another flyover. Damn, I'm telling you. I am telling you, okay? I'm telling you, it's all about the flyovers. It is all about the flyovers, okay? This government has got the flyovers locked down. The government of His Excellency, Chief Barrister Ezebonwo Yesonwike, has got the flyovers on a lockdown. Yeah. COVID-19 can rage, pandemic, whatever. People can lose their jobs all they want. Education might suffer. Teachers, workers may not be happy. And healthcare delivery is questionable. Education, did I mention education before? Let's not go there again. Some things might be sketchy and all of that, but you cannot say that this government did not get one thing right. If you think they got this one right anyway, because the jury's still out on that one. There's still question marks hanging on the flyovers. But one thing is certain: you can't say that flyovers were not built. Nobody can ever say that. Nobody will ever say of this administration that flyovers were not built. Because guess what? Flyover number 9 is in the works. Now, the State Commissioner for Works, Loka Tasie Madi, said his ministry received approvals from the State Executive Council, whom I believe, by the way, is the one and only His Excellency, for the construction of a 9th flyover at Roommate Pericom. He said the flyover will cost 6.6 billion naira, baby, and will be funded by the deduction of 400 million naira monthly from the state's internally generated revenue. And the commissioner said the flyover will be completed in 12 months. That's what I'm talking about. By the way, there's a poll going on right now, allegedly. Who needs a flyover? Do you want one? Just signify by raising up your hands or sending a WhatsApp message. It's as simple as that these days. All right. There's a promo going on right now. Is a flyover promo, and all you have to do is simply send messages. All right. I don't know to whom or to where. Just send messages. The location that receives the highest number of messages, or the location where the highest number of messages come from, you never know. It just might be you. Might be receiving a flyover. I'm telling you something. Are you listening to me? All right. So there you have it. Congratulations. Another flyover is coming. Meanwhile, some Rivers residents say instead, or rather say, no, the governor warned against street trading along the Ahoda axis of the East-West Road during a solidarity visit by traditional rulers, political and opinion leaders of Ekwe ethnic nationality at Government House in Port Harcourt. The governor appealed to the people of Ekwe ethnic nationality to partner with the Rivers State government to stop street trading on that axis of the road. Meanwhile, some residents say instead the government should open markets have remained closed. Let's hear what these people have to say who got this very interesting, which I quite frankly I believe is a brilliant idea, really, or suggestion to the River State government.
I think I want to urge the governor to build markets for them where they can be able to, to showcase their business, where they will use to feed their family. Because I come to understand that the Rumowoji market has been locked down for over 2 years now. Eleme market has been also locked down for over many years now because the community has refused to sell the place to the governor. That's why he has shut the place down. So one in them will not solve the problem. The problem is for you to build a befitting market for the people.
As far as I'm concerned, the traders selling along the road, it also endangers their life. So if the local government chairman can do the needful, building a befitting market, I think it's not a bad idea. Sometimes I wonder where this governor is coming from. Right in his own very domot, along that George Road, there is street trading. From the Kwara Road axis, there is street trading. The governor has not been able to stop those street trading. And he's telling chiefs from all the way Ahuda to go and stop what is happening along East West Road.
Yeah, and the question really don't, those markets that are still being shut down, major markets, but what happened to those markets? Why haven't they been reopened? And why aren't we talking about getting people into the markets? We still have the so-called International Ultra Modern Market at just along SARS Road there, along SARS Road there, and I'm wondering why efforts are not being made either by the state government. The state government does everything anyway, or the local government, Obiapo, that is, to ensure that that market is fully utilized. I wonder why that's not the case. Anyways. Oh my. Well, that's done. So, His Excellency has spoken. And Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority has directed the Port Harcourt International Airport to resume international flights immediately. So, congratulations to those who may want to embark on that, the ease of movement, and those who are coming into the country as well. I hope we can all stay safe still. Oh, messages are pouring in right now on the flyover request. You see. So when these people get flyovers, don't complain, because they took a leap of faith and they're sending in the messages. Good afternoon. We need flyover at Igboche Junction 2. Okay, all right. We need flyover at Rimodara Junction. That's from Ezekiel Isaiah. You see, all right. I personally need a flyover and a helicopter for Gabo Cliffs, and that for Gabo, you are going beyond the scope of reference. Please help us. A flyover is highly needed along Afam Road in Oyigbo. It will make it flyover number 10. Thumbs up to the project, Governor St. John. All right. Michael goes, I need a flyover at East West Road, Tank Axis. Okay, all right. Good afternoon. I need a flyover at Abonima. That's from Don Jack. Please, we need a flyover at Ngboba location and Obirikore from Pakribo. There's a flyover. There's a very nice bridge at Obirikore already. What do you need another flyover there for? SSA, I need one at Slaughter. Okay, all right. Okay. Keep sending in those entries. You never know. It just might be your location. It just might be you that will get flyover number 10. Flyover number 10 is what we're all jostling for at this time. Who will get flyover number 10? That's a big question. That's a very big question. All right, so let's see. I have a commercial break coming up right now. But before that, in my capacity as before I get there, to the CP Booker Friday, versatile CP, what's going on with the investigation of your crackhead officers that extorted Uniport undergrads and forgot the phone? What's the latest on that investigation? The good people of River State are waiting to find out what's happened, and if you got the bank statement, the long-awaited bank statement. What's going on with that? We're still waiting. And in my capacity as the self-appointed senior special advisor to the River State Governor on reminding His Excellency of critical matters. Your Excellency, education. Oh, education. We need to do a lot about that. Yes, we need to beautify the city. Yes, we need to woo investors with flyovers. Yes, we need to do all those things. But education. Where do I even start? Education, Your Excellency. Education is the best legacy. Let's invest in education in River State, especially at the basic level. We need infrastructure. We need infusion of technology. We need teachers. We don't have enough teachers. We need at least 10,000 of them and at least 4,000 non-teaching staff. Let's put some of these billions in education, Your Excellency. Education, once again, is the best legacy. Because flyovers can take us from GRA Junction to water lines maybe a minute or two faster, but education will take us to a future where flyovers will no longer be needed. And we need to prepare our children to be able to compete favorably in that future. And it's not far from now, by the way. It's not far. A break. When I return, discussion continues. Please stay with us.
What we do goes beyond bringing you the news. We give you a chance to talk about it. Your opinion, your voice.
This is 92.3 Nigeria Info, Port Harcourt.
Your number one news, talk, and sports radio station.
When knowledge meets action, information liberates. How informed do you need to be to thrive in a fast-changing world?
Listen to experts only.
Keep it dial locked on 92.3 Nigeria Info for the best of news, talk, and sports 24/7.
I am listening. Are you?
And now, Hard Facts.
Hard Facts with Dayo.
Welcome back. I still had Facts 90.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dayo. And as I mentioned to you yesterday, I believe, there will be no rounds on my show until the abducted students of two tertiary institutions in the country are released. Thankfully, we got some good news because students of one of those institutions have been released already and reunited with their loved ones. Specifically, I think the 29 I think, of students of Federal College of Forestry Mechanization in Afaka, Kaduna State. And that's great news. That's fantastic news indeed. However, we still have students of Greenfield University still in the custody of their abductors, and we need to not forget them. We need to remember them, and we need to talk about their plight and their situation until government and other relevant agencies of government do something tangible. And the only thing tangible here really is to get them released and reunited with their loved ones. So until that happens, the suspension on the rants continues still. But I did say we're going to be discussing updates on the situation, and one of the updates, by the way, once again, is that students of abducted students of Federal College of Forestry Mechanization in Afaka have been released, and that's great news. That's great news. But as far as that matter is concerned, there's so much, maybe more to it than meets the eye. As this story in the Punch indicates, we paid 0.8 million naira, that's 800,000 naira, to someone Gumi introduced us to, parents of kidnapped Kaduna students. One of the parents of the kidnapped students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Afaka, Kaduna State, has said in an effort to secure the release of their children, she and other parents met with controversial Islamic scholar Ahmad Gumi, who directed them to a Fulani man named Ahmed. The parents who spoke in an interview with Roach TV also said they paid 800,000 naira to Ahmed. Now, the Punch had earlier reported on March 11, 2021, 39 students of the school were kidnapped by bandits in the state. Out of the 39 students, 10 had so far been released, remaining 29 of them. On Tuesday, the parents protested at the National Assembly, calling on the federal government to help them secure the release of their children. Speaking with Roach TV, one of the parents narrated the encounter with Gumi, who has been speaking for the bandits of late. And I'd like to play back. I've got a sound clip of said mother. Here's what she said. There you have it. We paid 800,000 naira to someone Gumi introduced us to, parents of kidnapped Kaduna students. Those are some of the updates that I have as regards the situation is concerned. Any thoughts? Let's hear it. My lines are open. Numbers are the same: 0817 923 0002 or 0003. 0817 923 0007 or 0009. Let's see. WhatsApp is on 0809 030 6416. We're live on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, also live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Do drop a comment there, and I'll be sure to get to as soon as I possibly can. I think I will just try to do something in that regard right now. Once again, Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Someone's asking if I'm an NYC member. No, I'm not. I believe the person might be referring to possibly the color of my shirt. Anyways, no, I'm not. But good to know you're watching, though. All right, to the phone lines now. Hello, Hard Facts. You're welcome. Hello.
Hello, Dayo. Good afternoon.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, calling from Gumi.
Go on.
Yeah, Dayo, what is our government waiting for again? What is DSS waiting for again? Gumi directed these people to somebody they went to pay 800,000 for the release of their adopted kid. So what the hell is the DSS waiting for again? It's a pure, clear lead. Why can't DSS arrest the person and the person will not take them to the, in fact, will produce the adopters of these children? It's a clear thing.
What if the person was just trying to help?
He's trying to help and you collected 800,000 to pay to who?
You know, there were the negotiations going on. I think that's what they're called, negotiations. Back and forth. So
oh my God!
Maybe some money was needed for logistics, for negotiations, for ongoing negotiations.
Oh my God! Dayo, it is open. It is clear. The DSS should move in now. Arrest this person that collected 800,000 from them. The person has questions to answer. Even the remaining Greenfield children that we are talking about, this person also should have questions to answer to the government. This government, the DSS, what they're supposed to do, they're not doing. Listen with me, my brother Dayo. It's just a clear thing here now.
Ongoing.
Coming directed to somebody they went and paid 800,000 to. This person knows everything that is happening.
Okay, maybe it's for ongoing negotiations. Yeah.
Oh God, God.
But
well, I rest my case. Nigeria will help thee.
You're very welcome. Hello, 91.3.
Good afternoon.
Hello, go ahead.
This is question I'm calling from 11.
You're welcome.
So, the issue of the negotiations for the release of those children is a clear indication that the government of the day and the state governor is already involved and they are aware. Allegedly, let me put it that way. Now, and I want to appreciate our southeast and south people. But if anything of such happen within this territory, we will not waste time fish out the person out.
Really? We've had lots of kidnappings here in the south also.
And they are tracing it out. They are tracing.
No. Hold on. People pay ransom here also.
Yes, in a secret way. Not negotiating through somebody already recognized.
But many times in actual kidnap cases there is a negotiator, whether in the north or here in the south.
Let me come there.
Okay, go ahead.
If there is a kidnapping case within southeast,
yes,
the negotiation will be within the immediate family and the kidnapper. It will not involve an extra person for negotiation.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're wrong with that. We shouldn't argue that. But in many cases, there are people who, by the way, are professional negotiators. They are trained security operatives who deal with that.
Let me avoid the argument on that angle.
Okay.
And these are people who are killing innocent citizens. These are people who are distorting the peace of education in the country. What is the position of the government and the state governor doing? So I believe this thing like the state governor is actually the one to put an end to that issue. If they don't have a party need, let them do something and let one person from that area be arrested. I understand some time ago, the governor of this state, Mr. Wike, placed a ban on some certain group of people that were found wanting in one way or the other. How many of the people within that area acting this thing that the governors of those states have been able to at least say, so person is wanted? So that to me, I'm drawing my logical conclusion by saying that the government of the day of that very particular state is they know much about it, and they at least they should be having a share about it.
All right. Virtually at Am Manoski tweets, with the revelations of the mother of this abducted student about Gumi, I think the security operators need no other proof to arrest Gumi. If he goes scot-free, then it's just another ploy of the Buhari-led government to free his brothers despite their crimes. And via Facebook, Ime Udoyan goes down. I want to ask, these bandits make calls with the same Nin Pantami has been shouting about. Can they be traced? What is the use of Nin? Well, Ime, maybe that's why the minister and the government, of course, is insisting everybody gets a NIN and links it to their lines, because not everybody has a NIN yet. I mean, that's a fact. I think recently the government had to extend the deadline for NIN linkage to your phone line. So that process is still ongoing. Is it possible that these bandits have lines that are, not connected to the NIN yet and are using them because of the extension of deadlines? Maybe. I don't know. Ibn Jibra goes, this is crystal clear that Gumi and his boys know what they want from the FG of Nigeria. Let them go straight to the government and stop trading with our children. Hello, hard fact to welcome.
Dayo, good afternoon.
Hello, go on.
Yeah, this is Matt. Dayo, you see, sometimes when I hear certain stories, in fact, when I read the story, I was shocked to my bone marrow, and I begin to wonder. Okay, and I love the way you argue with, I'm not trying to downplay the last word, but I love the kind of argument or the positive one. Let's remove sentiment. It's happening all over the nation of Nigeria. One part is not better than the other. It's just that one party has gone extreme, which is the northern part of the nation as we speak currently. I can imagine a negotiator. Is he a government person now? I think he's a sheikh or what they call check or something.
An Islamic scholar, I think.
Okay, an Islamic scholar. Does he hold an official position in the presidency of today? The answer is no. And I'm wondering who made him a negotiator between terrorists, not even bandits now, terrorists and what parents of children that are being killed on a daily basis. And in fact, this nation, I used to have hope on this. In fact, I'm beginning to have a different thought about Nigeria. I think it's time somebody just take his things and, in fact, just look for somewhere else to go, because I'm tired of these people. And he's still talking and he's still breathing fresh and he's still eating and they're still pampering him. And nobody's talking about it. I regret, in fact, what I regretted most is me voting this government into power in his first tenure, because in his second term I never hear. And those of them that are still voting, structure. I know 2020 the people are going structure.
No. Be careful about that, because we have structure, and not just that, we're on ground also. We're on ground. Hello, you're welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, go ahead.
Good afternoon. I want to know whether it's the minister bigger than federal government.
What minister are you referring to?
Gumi is bigger than the federal government, that they cannot remove this man and arrest him. The woman said that the man invited her to his house.
No. The man did not invite her to his house. Okay, you've given a different version of the story. No. Gumi did not invite her to his house. There was some meeting, some of the parents with Sheikh Gumi. He introduced them to some other fellow who supposedly collected 800,000 naira from them. So he did not invite any woman to his house. Hello, you're welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, good day. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. For me, I think if we really want to have a better society, by now, the security department should have invited Gumi for questioning. But I don't know, in Nigeria, look how we pay so much respect for some people, and the reason I don't even know. And there are these rub my back, I rub your back, when it concerns the political class and the criminals. Because if you watch it during the time of election, criminals will cause mayhem, kill people, take ballot boxes. At the end of the day, no one will sentence or go to jail. Before you know it, after the election, there will be a lot of criminality everywhere. what do you get? Amnesty, or even if they didn't get it, the people who is empowered are supposed to even fight crime to get some of that. They will not do anything. Because you cannot tell me that somebody is being given money, name is being mentioned, and this so-called individual is more intelligent than the whole of the security department in Nigeria. It's not possible. I find it hard to believe that.
Yeah.
Secondly, they control the CBL. You can't tell me you cannot number money and give to these people when he will spend it. They will be able to track them down.
How do you track that really? I mean, it's.
I don't know.
So when they go to buy bread in the supermarket, you're going to track the money, and I mean.
There must be a way out that this individual can be tracked down by the intelligence department of Nigeria.
So maybe they're doing that. So maybe they're doing that already.
Maybe they are doing that. How many students have been kidnapped? How many children have been kidnapped? The painful aspect of this whole thing, it is the ordinary people, aka common people, that are suffering this whole thing. Because if not, if any political child is being involved in this whole nonsense, this whole thing must stop. But as long as it is we continue in this kind of business that I think is some people is benefiting from it. And unfortunately, some of the people is benefiting, they are criminals. And the elite is using the word, the Bible to do their own, while they're using the gun to gun Nigeria down and committing evil. That is very unfortunate.
Quite so. Hello.
Hello, Dayo.
Good day.
Thank you very much. I saw something yesterday, and I think most of your callers are not at war with these people that are declared war on the Nigerian people. It is very simple as that. And I challenge anybody to counter me on that. Because they have not told us that they are looking for the location of these people they call bandits. As a matter of fact, they are terrorists. They have not told us that they don't know their location or where they are. They haven't told us that. They know where they are. They know
but just because assuming they do know, which I suspect they might. So just because they know where criminals are, doesn't, especially when there's a hostage situation involved, doesn't mean that you can just rush into the place.
No. I ask you this question: is this very kidnap now? Is it going to be the last? Let us assume that. Let's wait until after this last batch is ready. Are there not going to be another one? Now, these things are very simple. These people are not. They are not. Yesterday, you also know that the honorable minister, very honorable indeed, came out to tell you that bandits, this is not their job to persecute them. Am I the one that said that? Didn't you hear it? So what are we talking about?
So your point is?
Yes, is that?
Your point is? What's your point?
The point is very clear. The Nigerian people have been left at their own peril to be dealt with and finished up by these people. And it's very simple. Please.
All right. That's it. 11 minutes to go before 4 p.m. Business news features at 11. Let's see. Pardon me, at 4 rather. At 4. Via Facebook, Michael Upsunju goes, Di, good evening. Plus, why is the Gumi character so important and keeps popping up in every case of kidnap and ransom? I think Gumi has a lot to answer for. 800k, I know he will get his own share. Well, I don't know that you know that for a fact, actually. Hello? Via Twitter at Ike0280 Twitter. This shows a lack of leadership. The fact that parents are contacting the kidnappers themselves to secure the release of their kids is a clear indictment on the government, both state and FG. And that's a very critical part of this development. And I don't understand how the government does not understand that this is an indictment. Why should the parents be discussing with these kidnappers or so-called bandits or terrorists, as some would rather refer to them as? Why are they discussing with them personally? I really have not been able to comprehend that one. Why are they talking with them personally? Anyways. Hello.
Good evening, Dayo.
Good day, go on.
Charles from Yenego.
Go ahead.
You see, our government, we are on top of the matter. We are tightening the loose end. So we are tightening both ends. So we're on top of this structure. So anybody can collect the money, and on behalf of our behalf, we are fighting both ends, the loose end.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good day, Mr. Dayo.
Good day, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yesterday I said Sheikh Gumi is after Mr. President, Sheikh Gumi is the next untouchable person. Of course, he cannot be touched. And this is, Mr. Dayo,
yes.
That man, if nobody can do something about him, that man is involved in this and is glaring. He is untouchable.
How glaring is it?
It's glaring now. You see what the woman said, that it was she that directed him to somebody, and the security agency are just there say, wow. In fact, I believe the way they treated that guy that was killing women in a hotel in Port Harcourt, that is how they are treating Sheikh now. He must be chilling somewhere in the presidential hotel with this chicken and fat juice.
But that guy was not in the hotel. I mean, he was only given take away park rice and bottled water.
Exactly. Somebody that was supposed to be given gari and granite to the train.
But do you know how much the Ministry of Internal Affairs spend on feeding our inmates? A lot of money.
That guy, he was not an inmate yet. He is yet to be confirmed an inmate. But however, look at the treatment they were giving him.
Yeah, but he was in custody. That's the point. And he has to be fed.
Police custody, not the federal government custody, or rather prison custody.
Yes, police custody. Federal government still pays for inmates in police custody or people in police custody.
No, we on the street pay for them. Not it's we on the street that pay for them. We know all these things. Before that, you stop laughing.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Gumi, Sheikh Gumi cannot be touched. I keep saying it. After Mr. President, that man is the next untouchable human being on earth. In Nigeria. Well, kudos to him anyway. I hope I will be like him someday.
Oh, you plan to do something that's going to will get people suspecting that you're a criminal? Hello, 91.3, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dayo.
Hello.
Yes, from the angle I am looking at the whole thing, sir.
Yeah.
I consider the mass area of the northern Nigeria and where these problems are coming from. And I look at the neighbors, the countries that are at the border.
Okay.
And I'm looking at if this thing begins to expand and it becomes the order of the day, and they know they portray and picture Nigeria as a very lucrative ground where they can make money from this thing, they won't be able to stop it. They won't be able to control it. It will get wider and wider, and it will be the order of the day how to make money from this country.
Are you suggesting that? Are you suggesting we must start having expatriates in the industry?
This is a very delicate area. We shouldn't start what they cannot finish. I am telling you the truth. That place is too big and it's so porous. They will continue this kidnapping. They will be coming from Niger, different parts, even up to Mali, Burkina, Libya, and they will be coming to kidnap here and be asking for ransom. When it gets wild and wider and wider, they won't be able to control it. They should stop it and go frank. They should be very, very frank about it and fight everything they need to put on ground. They should not go to negotiation at all. They should go and ask from America what America is, how much they are spending.
But I'm sure we can come close to what the U.S. spent on defense.
Well,
I mean the entire Nigerian budget for the entire country, I imagine, does not come close to what the U.S. spends on its defense budget.
Well, I know, but as small as we are, or as poor as, can we sacrifice anything less, or can we go to that extent negotiating for the? You can imagine the people. Just think of those countries within that range, and the kind of arms that will be coming in, and they will be doing it steady, regularly. Can we withstand it? We can't.
By the way, just before you go, in 2019, I think military spending in the U.S. was $732 billion.
Yes.
In 2019 alone. So, but I get your point, though. I get your point. All All right, so we've got about 4 minutes to go to 4 p.m. The business news is up at 4. Let's see. How about WhatsApp? There must have been some messages via WhatsApp. Let's see. Okay, I'm having trouble accessing that right now. Hopefully that will change in the next minute or two. But via... do I have anything via tweets? Okay, one more call, I suppose. Hello, you're welcome.
Hello, Uncle Dio. Thank God you finally picked.
Oh, Miss, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Della, calling from Jerry.
Jola?
Bella,
Oh, Della.
calling from Jerry.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
This issue of people kidnapping children, students, like I told my dad, because my dad is one of the Nigerian, like, it's a Navy guy.
Oh,
So the other day I told him that, assuming they kidnap me, what would you do? He said that he's going to spend everything he had to get me back. Now I applied the same thing to other kids. And my dad told me that the government are not doing anything. And he cannot leave his name just to secure other kids. I'm saying this because I'm saying I don't know what they're thinking, I don't know what they're doing. I'm saying that my own fellow, like my fellow students are suffering, my fellow young girls are suffering, just because our government are not doing anything for them. I just want to plead every army man, policeman, which my dad is inclusive. Let them
hello, Della.
telling us that government are not giving them enough money. Let them do this for the sake of the future. They say we are the future of tomorrow. But why are we not seeing it now? Why are we suffering? The old men are there. Why are we not kidnapping the old men? Why us? Why the children? Please, they should do something. It's hurting. Thank you.
Well, like what you have for me. Thanks for calling in. And that's Della. I suspect she's a young lady expressing even more passion and concern for the nation than a lot of elderly men, people's fathers, and so-called regular callers that I've heard on this station. Great to hear from you, Della. I hope we hear more from you, and I hope that very soon we have a lot more positive conversations regarding the country. Not that there aren't going to be issues, but even when these issues do crop up, we can see and thus discuss the positive steps that government is making to address these issues. Maybe a comment via WhatsApp and I wrap it up. Hi, dire greetings. While I'm happy that some of the students have been released, I must say I'm really perturbed that Gumi is the one that negotiated with these bandits for the release of the students. It's clear that this whole thing is a business scheme. Gumi should be arrested if truly this government is sincere. That's some blessing. All right. We've got the business news coming up top of the hour. When I return, governors shift ground on financial autonomy for states, judiciary and legislatures. Is it, are we truly witnessing, or are we going to get, is it feasible, independence or autonomy of state judiciary and legislatures? When I return, we'll get to that story and conversation. Do please stay tuned.